What's going on? Move the mouse back in City Skylines, the town of Plainville. Let's play Season 10, Episode number 11. And I got a couple ideas for today. One is I've seen it in a couple different spots. But we want to double check some of our traffic. See where things are kind of backing up and what we can do to alleviate that. And some of that's going to be just maybe some old town policies, maybe giving people some alternative routes. We got to drop in at least one right there, over there somewhere, if not 2 exits today on the highway. But the other thing that I wanted to do was upgrade this. So let's pause. Let's just delete this, right? And in fact, I think let's delete a road on either side because I don't even know what snaps in here. I want to upgrade our hub because we unlocked the cargo hub, which is the same thing as we just deleted, except it also has, there's a spot where we can snap it there. Let's make a bunch of room for this thing because it's huge. There we go. So this is basically the same thing, except it also has a train coming in and out of it. So now we can look at connecting a cargo, where is it? A cargo train station, cargo train terminal, and get that maybe over here somewhere in this area. Get one over here between, you know, Wood Heights and Daffodil Farms. So what if we connect that with this intention in mind? So we can always kind of expand these things. So let's curve out. We'll go straight so that we get something easy to snap the train station to. And then we'll hook away from that back in, wrong tool. Hook away from that back into the, how did I move the camera that fast? So we'll hook it back in there. Let's make sure we can get the train station in. So I think that works. We could always put it kind of, will it let us go out in an angle like that? It would. But I think that makes more sense to kind of line it up with the bulk of the road there. So let's do that. Let's figure out a spot over here. Do we? Oh, that is so close. That is so close. Look at that. So we get the metro over there. How do we do this? I think we're going to move that metro station and bring it across the street over this way. Let's do that now. We're going to move all kinds of stuff around. I said in the last episode that this wouldn't be another squirrely episode. Actually, I believe I said, will it be another squirrely episode? Probably not back to back. This is totally going to be another squirrely episode. So that is so close right there. Do we move this highway? You know, well, we're going to fix this anyways. No, I think we move this. So let's just delete that. That was what, the on... Man, this is a mess. Look at this. So now it's a metro episode. Let's get this over here and just get it reconnected. Good enough for now. So here, we'll do right here over near the crosswalks. And we can just delete all that. Freeform. So how... We'll go with the smallest snap. So that's at least a little bit more graceful on this side. We'll work on the rest of it. We deleted the stop altogether, though. So let's delete this line and just recreate it. So from there to there, we definitely need to expand this quite a bit. But for right now, it's moving people into this area. I guess another good stop might be maybe adding train service over to the industrial area. That might be kind of cool. Okay, Metro line reconnected back into trains, and let's grab this one right here. Now, where do we put this? Do we come all the way down here, kind of as close as we can? How bad is that noise in the residential area? I guess we'll try and keep the noise to the street and not affect across the way. But then again, in real life, if you live diagonally across from a train station, you probably have a little bit of noise, right? That house that lived closest might complain a little. And we're fine with that, because that gives us more space to work with getting this in and out here. Is that too ridiculous, though? Right there on the edge of the road? It might be, so maybe we do move it in a notch. We can kind of put this directly across from that street. How does that work? I think that works. We also could... I think this makes sense to kind of level to that. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I think that works. Now, how do we get this in and out of here? Well, I think it would make sense to run this parallel with the road over there. So let's get that hooked up first. At least like pillar to pillar. Let's see where our height kind of lines up best. Right about there. I'm going to kind of line it up with the bridge as best I can. Okay, so that gets us over there. How do we connect into this? So we also want that to continue this way. So let me do this first. This episode is going to be all over the place, but I think it's going to be a really good developmental episode for the city. So we'll go... So that creates a natural transition at least. And then can we get... We'll come out a bit before we get to the tunnel. Maybe that tunnel kind of ends right before the power plant there. I think that works. And then we don't have to worry about it until we come up over here somewhere. You know what? We'll straight tool this. We'll bend it just so that we don't even have to worry about the tool. Oh, I don't own that tile yet, so I guess we'll come to here, middle of the highway or so. Right there. And we will freeform this, so. Let's see if I can get this relatively parallel with the edge of the map. And we'll freeform into that. That looks pretty good. And let's actually do a straight segment here, kind of do what we did before. So and now we can freeform those and connect those a little bit more organically. Let's see. Let's see what this looks like if we just connect this. It may not make the best I can deal. Let's break a segment of that. So get a little bit of room to hook it in more naturally. So this could be a little tricky because I don't know if it will let us. Will it let us connect in at an angle like that? It will. Okay. Okay, we'll come out like that, and then we'll freeform. Why is it doing that crazy bump with the... Let's smooth the terrain out. Let's see if that will give us a little bit easier of a... As the opposite of what I wanted to do. I actually want to kind of flatten based on this. Let's try that. It's a different way of kind of tweaking things. We don't have the mods. So that is really getting screwed up by one of the height snaps over here. So it's a little funky. And I feel like that should be, well, it doesn't matter. It works is the bottom line. We can see the train tracks connected. We should be able to get from A to B, no problem. Last leg to hook up. Let's see what we can do over here. We come under. We're going to come under both of those. Let's go over. So I think 3 ticks is the same as a tick up with the default elevation step. So that should get us over these roads okay. Come to the middle of the highway. Come out a bit on either side. And then let's see what we can do here. So still on the smallest elevation step, freeform. We'll come out and down 1. Okay, so what does this accomplish? This gets this cargo, which has access to the shipping and to the highway. Well, and to the highway. And to the highway. Okay, so stuff can get in here. Get in and out here, no problem. Once it's there, we can hook into this train network, which can also take us to cargo here, which has access to the highway and the train. And then we should hook it up so that we can also go out that way. Now, thing to watch out for here is where we make this connection. You want to make these segments long enough to hold an entire train. I want to say it was even season 1. I mentioned from time to time, horrible backup that was caused, literally game breaking, or at least in terms of trains, game breaking backup that I had. And it was all because trains were stopped waiting behind one another in this sort of infinite loop in the center of a triangle. It was just too small for 3 trains. They were comically kind of stuck there and then backed up every single other train on the map because that was my main junction. So watch out for that. Make these little sort of T intersections at least long enough for a full segmented train. You know what though? Let's hit play on that. So let's not hit play on that yet because this train is then connected up over here, right, to this station. But where are we connected to the outside world? We're not. So That's why we need to hook in over here. So this train is connected to the outside world. So we're going to want to really redo this entire network at some point. But for the time being, okay, that connects the outside world to that side. They could always loop back. If we did, we could build it so that they don't have to actually stop at the stations. But they should only come there if they have goods to go that way, because we'll provide another route. But I'm more worried about function today than anything else. So 3 times speed. We've got a route from the outside that connects that connects to both directions of the train tracks heading in and out of cargo. We'll want to actually loop this in so this is much more efficient in the outside world. But that can be a major overhaul maybe that we do for some of the transport changes with the mass transit DLC. Then again, we can see what we can stretch out of the base game too, but we're getting a little bit of everything, and this cargo hookup is, I think, going to help our city. Hopefully it won't back it up with traffic. Speaking of, I do want to take a quick look at traffic and see what we can do to fix a couple things, because I think I mentioned earlier, I saw a couple spots that have some problems, and I just haven't done anything to troubleshoot for the most part. Stamped down Old Town in one district, and I haven't even done things like turn off stoplights and things like that. So let's see. Hopefully it would have been nice to have a ship roll in here. That would have been cool. Get something for a thumbnail, you know? Come on. Speaking of, well, hopefully that worked for a thumbnail. I don't know. Hopefully I got one in there. You'll see. Did you see it earlier when you clicked on the video? Okay. Maybe one of those worked. They're just spawning ships now to leave port with stuff, interestingly enough. And now it seems to be spawning stuff coming in. And we've got trains going. Excellent. Let's follow it the old-fashioned way. Actually, no. Let's follow it. Watch, it'll quickly disappear under a tunnel and we won't see it, and the camera will glitch out, and this will be completely uneventful. No, not district's view. Can't we? Yeah, there we can. We can at least free camera it. So that came from... Nice. That came from over there. Spawning goods at the harbor, most likely. Or potentially picking stuff to go back out. And then the train disappeared. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. Because sometimes trains despawning, there's something weird with the route that's happening. And we gotta watch out for that. Because do trains ever get down here? We'll want to connect outside routes for these and make it much more efficient. But hopefully that enables, you know, some traffic to get in and out of the industrial areas without having to hit the highway. Again, project that I've pushed off for multiple episodes now. We need an exit here coming into the city. Maybe even one up here, but definitely one in between the two zones that maybe ties into the station here, the cargo station. We could expand our train network and utilize that for some actual passenger trains, but I think we just need to kind of expand metro coverage and look at least another line that kind of crisscrosses maybe over here in this central hub. We'll have to rework this and plan this out a little bit better, because that works, but that's so atrocious. Buses look like they're busy. Let's take a quick look at traffic for today, and I think that'll be a good spot to cut it. It's not my best city, 79%, 80% there, but we're also not doing a whole heck of a lot to troubleshoot things. We almost have a third full dump. I'm gonna go ahead and empty this one. And let's do this. What is this one? 74% full. Let's empty this one too, and we'll just overload the We don't have. Do we have another dump over here? Is it going to put it over to this dump? Hopefully, it'll overload the 25%. We'll empty that too. That way, there's no place to go but to the incinerators. Little fire. They've been small. We've been lucky. Am I tempting fate right now saying that? Probably, but it's got to be the natural disasters forest fire capability, because they don't give you the tools to fight forest fires with watchtowers and helicopter depots. So I think the game just by default has a lot less fires in the base game. So far, my favorite feature. Demand wise, got a little bit of residential creeping up. Commercial, we'll want to look at maybe zoning. I should have shut my mouse. There's not really great fire coverage over here, is there? We're going to go back to looking at traffic in a minute, but we actually don't have any spots that are too bad. I mean, this one's not great, and we're going to be expanding more commercial through here. This is kind of a main street. You know, will it fit there? That's actually kind of cool, because this could almost be like an old town square. We'll maybe get like the tax office in over here or something. If we didn't find a really cool spot for it already, did we? I don't remember if we dropped that one in. A little bit of fire coverage over here, a little bit of zoning, and we'll go take a look at traffic. Are we doing high density over here? So we'll do that on this block. I think that works. Let's do across the street also. Not there though. But yes, but yes there. Okay. So a little bit of commercial. We'll have to figure out most likely a residential pocket next. You know, do we connect these neighborhoods up? I don't know. We'll see. I want to leave a little bit of nature. Definitely want to leave a spot for some sort of park. Wish we had concerts. That would be kind of cool. I have a little concert venue over here. Maybe we'll try and make our own. Broken highway, definitely a to-do to fix coming soon. But let's see what immediate little traffic fixes we can do. This, I've seen ebb and flow. I've seen this be a problem in multiple cinematics, and every time I come back to it, it's totally fine. But let's troubleshoot where traffic's going to, right? Yes, we've got a fire. Yes, we're putting it out. All right. So where can we troubleshoot a few things? Well, I think right away, what are we doing here regarding traffic lights, right? Because that's one part of the problem. The other thing that I think we could do that would be interesting is to one-way loop this side street. So hear me out for a second. We could even, do they have one lane with bike lanes, or is that a mass transit thing? Okay, we'll one-way road. Now this might screw up some bus routes and some things that we're going to have to come back to. It looks like I may have disturbed some people there. So this is a one-way road coming in. So I'm hoping this will help the traffic flow just a little bit. And we'll do the same thing over here. We want it going the opposite direction. Now, if you're drawing it, the one-way points the way that you draw. If you built the roads previously and upgrade them, it's the direction that you originally drew them in. So that'll force all this traffic coming in around the bus station to come down this way. And if turning right to get out, they'll go that way. Because I think that's part of the problem is look at all this traffic that's lined up here, backing up to the roundabout, waiting to turn left. Now turning left is not an option. Turning left is bad when you drive on the right hand. It interrupts the other lane of traffic, right? That's the opposite. Lefts are bad if you're left-hand driving. Rights are... you know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about, but you probably know what I'm talking about. So I'm hoping that, let's see what this does. Let's do this on 3x speed. And that's going to take some of the stress off this intersection. The other thing that we could do here is let's turn that off. Do we stop the traffic both ways coming on to the main street? Turn this off. and stop the traffic going that way. And we're kind of giving... I'm hoping this will help clear things up a little bit here, but it takes time. That's the thing. But that should ease some of the traffic leaving this intersection, right? We're stopping the traffic on either side. Technically, these have the right of way. Technically, there's a bus that gets in the way once in a while. We'll see if that helps. That might make things worse. You never know. But we've definitely got some backups and some things happening here. So we could also look at, an old town policy to prevent people from cutting through certain parts. Definitely coming in here with another highway exit to support this side should help us a bit. And maybe we even hook this in on the back side. Maybe we do buy this tile and create kind of a beltway around our city. It might help, especially if we want to get extreme with old town policies and things like that. So demands are growing. We definitely need to consider, maybe I was going to say zoning a little bit more industry. We might want to consider first getting some employees over here and getting them some better routes to come over. Let's fix that. Let's fix that real quick. That'll be the end of our episode. We're going to slot in a couple metro stations. So for right now, we're going to use the regular metro. We'll worry about above ground lines and things like that later on. So what do we got here? We've got a station that actually brings people in and out of the city. Why don't we also hook them into... that would be cool if it was right there, huh? Slope too steep all the way around. Across the street over here. It's not terrible. It's not too far. It's not great. So we'll do that to get hooked into the train line and this side of the city. Maybe we should do one. I'm not going to worry about this just yet. People don't live over here. They work over here. We'll get them here. Where we need them to get to work is over this way. This is not helping anybody out right now that we're having these kinds of problems. So let's drop them in. We drop them in right here. Let's do that. Let's hook these up. Let's create a line. Let's call it a day. Where is that other station that I just dropped in? Oh, it's right there by the train tracks, isn't it? Right here, right here. Oh my goodness. I'm right on top of it. Not ideal, but it will work. And then we want to get this hooked in. Where do we hook this in? It'll let us do it. Let's do it for now. And we'll hook up a line that connects to this sort of... well, it's easier if I do it this way. We'll start up here. This is slop. This is function way prioritized over form. But the other thing, too, to consider, right, is we got enough money. We can test these theories out. We're not, we're not set in stone. Hopefully that will help get some employees over here. Some of it could be education too, right? If we're, if we're pushing things like education boost, are we? That's economy. We want policies, city planning. No, it's on services. We are doing education boost. So we're encouraging college over work. If we want to fix that or balance things more towards industry, we can do schools out. We can also increase later on. Yeah, that was a part of the game update. So you can do Industry 4.0 policy, which all industrial workplaces are for well or highly educated citizens. So you don't necessarily have to pick and choose. So that can help kind of balance things out. If it's a education issue, if it's an availability issue, I think that's our first problem. We should see some of this problem correct itself just by making this easier to get to by hooking them in to that metro route. We'll look at doing it much prettier and more efficiently. But for right now, it's doing the trick. We have people starting to complain about garbage. How close are we to emptying this facility? The reason I did this because I didn't want them taking the garbage out of that and sending it over here. We'll leave that one on empty. Let's see, what is this one at? This one is at 57% full, and it's kind of central to our network over here. So let's stop emptying that one and start gathering from there. We'll let this play for a bit. Maybe we will switch over and do more incinerator plants. Maybe I keep emptying it. Keep emptying it. I'm gonna do it. Fine. The dumps one. I'm sure having this many trucks on this network of roads won't create any problems. This is something that we're going to have to look at. Maybe solve a similar way. We just started to scratch the surface of some of the places we can fix traffic. We can definitely help by offloading with an exit over here. A lot of the red that you see this way is going to be that truck traffic, but this is going to be a really serious problem to solve that we're going to want to look at because this is a really popular area. We got a train terminal, all kinds of things happening here, lots of gridlock, and that can affect fires, and we don't want to burn down our power plant or anything like that. And we're going to have some serious gridlock of garbage sites, but I think we'll work on continuing to empty this and switch over to something that at least is movable and generate some power, not that we need it. I don't know, maybe I'll change my mind on that. It does create a nice audio noise bubble. What is it? Can't even think of the word now. Signing off. Noise pollution bubble. That's what it is. That was the thing that you were thinking of, Mouse. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. As always, if you did, likes, comments, shares, they always help. Does anybody share stuff online? Do you see like a cool video and share it on a social media platform? I don't know. I do from time to time, certainly on the Discord. You know, I don't know. Share content that you like. Turn other people onto it. And most of all, let the creator know what you like and dislike. That's okay too, about the videos. You know, what do you want to see more of? Let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell to get notifications for updates in this and other series. Usually new content Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. I try and keep up. But hey, holidays are coming. Lots of new games are coming. Cyberpunk, if I am counting right, that is the day after I post this video, right? I'm recording this the day before to post it tomorrow, and then Thursday will be, Thursday Cyberpunk. So I'll be playing lots of that. I'll try and keep up with the city's uploads, but keep an eye out. Maybe I'll do some Cyberpunk streams. Links to support the channel and lots of other things in the description down below. But until the next one, when we will look a little bit more at traffic, but we'll definitely need to build out a little bit more zoning for some residents, commercial, maybe more industry if we solve that problem over there. We'll see. Stay tuned to find out. Until the next one, Move the Mouse signing off.